Hi guys, very good morning to you. So I was telling you about these siblings, how they came back from Scotland to India, and they became our new classmates, and we did so many things together. Well, I became mentor for Sarita. She had another sister, the twin sister Sabita, and her elder brothers Satish, and they all three were our classmates. The time passed, and we became very close. Like uh, it was a sort of small gang of four of us, three siblings and me, and mostly, even in class, we used to sit together. And those desks very smaller in sizes and meant only for two students. So, but like we sat on desk in row, and all four of us occupied two desks because initially it was Sanjay who used to sit with Satish, but Satish started sitting with Savita, the uh, other sister, and so we became one inseparable group. And even outside the school, we used to hang around, and we did things which normally children do. Well, these siblings used to live very near to our school, in fact, walking distance, but my house was around 2 kilometers from that school, and even for a small town, 2 kilometers is quite a distance, and used to go to school by using a school bus, and sometimes if it wasn't available, because there were only three of them, and sometimes one or two buses had some problem, and that is why then we had school rickshaws, and the enclosed one, as you see for small children, and it's a normal rickshaw cart sort of thing, which is covered on the top, and there is a gate with a latch, and you students sit inside that with a school bag, and that's it. And sometimes when we were in a happy mood, we also used to walk on foot. And it was one such occasion when Sarita said that I haven't seen your house, so would you show me your house? I said, why not? So today, when I'm going back to my home after the classes, you can come along. So she said, okay, and that day she came along, and well, we had a huge house with a huge campus with so many trees around, the mango trees, guava trees, and pears tree, and well, there's so many trees even I don't uh, remember. In fact, I didn't recognized. Well, so she loved the place, and she said, "Oh wow, you live in such a huge place, and well, it's such a nice place with so many trees and flowers." Well, then I said, "It's good, you like it." So then I took her to our garden. I showed her the flowers, which were nicely maintained by the gardener. There were so many staff working for my father, so they normally hang around and did these things like looking after these flowers and well, taking care of those fruit trees and then herb trees. And I remember there was a well as well, because uh, that was an alternative uh, uh, arrangement for getting water, because sometimes the the water supply used to get affected, and we had to had some kind of alternative supply. So it was a well, and uh, well, and I don't know whether you have seen a well or not, but well, it's a water body. It's a uh, it's in the shape of a cylinder which goes deep inside the ground, say around 50 to 60 feet, depending on the groundwater level. And well, in those areas, ground water level was comparatively higher, so that well was around 40 feet, and we sometimes used to peep inside that well and see our uh, images, and immediately got a high. And uh, you see, from well, either you need a bucket with a thick string tied to it, and which you lower down in the well, and when it reaches the surface of water, you uh, put it inside, and it goes inside water and gets uh, uh, collected in that bucket, and then you have to pull it. That's the way you get water from well. And in some places you have that pulley system, and that is much easier because pulley helps to lessen the friction, and it is comparatively easier. And but our well didn't have any pulley. It was all manual. So Sarita asked, how do you get water from this well? Can you show me? So I said, why not? And I took out the bucket with a string attached and lowered it, and then I got the water, and now told her, now look at this. It was a transparent cold water that was filled up in that bucket. She asked, can I taste it? I mean, is it fit for drinking? I said, okay, why not? We do it, we drink it. And she said, okay. So, but then she asked, how do I do that? Because I don't have any glass or tumbler. I said, okay, I'll tell you. So what do? You join both your hands and make a small curve sort of thing, like you do, you see. I don't know whether you're familiar with this, but it's quite common in the rural areas. And she said, okay, how do you? Then I showed her, you join both your hands and curve it, and the wrist side you put near your lips, and I'll pour water from bucket, and you can sip it. She was really very amused and wasn't sure. I told her, okay, you just keep your hands and put it near lips. and stand still. Then I took the bucket and poured water. Initially, she was having problem in sipping it, but then she got hold of it, and she said, "Yo, wow, that's a new way of drinking something. I have never done this sort of thing." I said, "Okay, there's so many things you'll do it for the first time if you hang around with me, because these are very normal things." And so that was it. And she became so enamored by our garden and the ambience and the place, because my father, being a forest officer, that his bungalow was almost on the outskirts of the town. Being a small town, well, in the outskirts, I think there was only only a single house. It was ours, and around that it was a dense forest, and so that place was slightly cooler from the other parts of town, with surrounded by so many uh, trees. And when you go near forest, you have that cool breeze most of the times blowing, so that keeps the temperature down, and it makes it very, very pleasant. So she loved the ambience and loved the weather there, which was slightly cooler from the place she used to live. And she said, "Can I come here again?" I said, "Okay, why not? You're most welcome." And well, and her visits became quite frequent. And once my mom asked, "Who is she?" I told her that she's my classmate. And in fact, Sarita also shared her experience with her siblings, and they also showed their interest that we also want to uh, go and see for us. And uh, initially, it was only Sarita who used to come along with me, but uh, very soon it became a sort of routine for all three of us to sneak to our place after the school time. It happened almost thrice in a week, and we hung around there, and we ate some fruits. In fact, I'll tell you more how I taught uh, those siblings how to climb the trees, and these sort of things we did there. And then we used to sit in the garden, and while our servant came and served us that badam milk and some other goodies like freshly fried potato chips, and well, things like that. And we loved the experience, and they loved it too. So that was it. More in the next episode, guys. So take care and stay safe. Bye bye.